Welcome back. Now a look at where markets ended the week after we saw the latest read on the Federal Reserve's key gauge of inflation. The February PCE index rose at the same level as the month before, while core PCE prices ticked higher. Both remain above that 2% level. We also saw weaker than expected personal spending in the month of February. All of this ahead of a 25% tariff on imported cars and auto parts set to kick in this upcoming Wednesday, along with President Trump's promised reciprocal tariffs on key countries, again, kicking in on Wednesday. Joining me now is the Lonski Group president, John Lonski. John, great to see you.
Same here, Maria.
Should we be afraid of this upcoming Wednesday with these tariffs kicking in?
I'd be cautious, and I think what's going to happen is maybe early on tariffs provide a boost to the prices of durable goods. But my guess would be that over time, tariffs will do more to slow consumer spending than to provide a long-lasting boost to price inflation.
So what do you want to do going into these tariffs? I mean, as an investor, do you want to take to the sidelines, wait to see how markets react, or do you think it's going to be less burdensome than some people expected?
I would take a cautious stance. I would wait and see how consumers respond to these tariffs, whether or not any slowdown in consumer spending is so severe that companies are forced to cut back on staff. That might be of some concern. And by the way, next week, this upcoming week, we are going to get a report on March payrolls. And, that's going to be quite interesting because we've had a slowdown in hiring activity the first 2 months of this year. If that continues into March, that's all the more reason to expect a slower rate of growth for consumer spending, and with that, more downward revisions of corporate earnings forecasts that are related to consumer spending.
Well, that's exactly where I want to go next, because the quarter is ending, the last day of the first quarter, of course, on Monday, and then the earnings for the first quarter will start flowing. Are you expecting a rough pre-announcement season? Because already we've heard from FedEx, Nike, on Friday, Lululemon, all talking about the uncertainty around tariffs and an inability to give us real guidance for the year ahead. What are you expecting from the earnings season?
Well, this weaker than expected guidance, I think, is a sign of things to come. There's a great deal of uncertainty going forward. And there's also, again, that sense that this economy is finally slowing. It may be for reasons that extend beyond tariffs. It would also include cutbacks in government spending resulting from the DOGE efforts to trim waste and abuse in government spending. So the jobs reports going forward are not going to look that good. We want to keep in mind that when you talk about cutbacks in federal spending, this will also have an impact, a negative impact early on as far as private sector hiring activity is concerned. There's a lot of jobs in the private sector, healthcare, that are tied to government spending.
Yeah, so the jobs have largely been in healthcare, John. So where do you think the job growth is coming from going forward? Should we be looking at some of the high-tech names like AI in terms of job creation? Or, like I said, healthcare doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. We need an enormous amount of nurses and healthcare-related positions.
You're going to need these people, but you're going to have to pay these people, and that's why you're going to go through this period of uncertainty, of transition, as the federal government reduces its support to certain programs related to health care. Long-term, health care looks pretty bright. Manufacturing may be making a comeback if these tariffs work at getting foreign companies to invest more in the United States, and that may be Trump's ultimate aim, and that is to try to provide an incentive for foreign companies to locate manufacturing facilities in the United States. And once that is done sufficiently, those tariffs might be gone.
Yeah, great point. President Trump wants the supply chains in America. And little by little, we're seeing that happen. John, it's great to see you. Thanks so much.